We're at Goose Island State Park, and we're bird watching. This is the Motorhome Experiment. Now, we are not birders for certain, but we had to get up this morning to try and find ourselves some whooping cranes. And while we were at it, we saw some other birds, so we thought we'd share that with you guys. Don't know if you're gonna like that or not, but kind of cool for us.
This is the kind of stuff you do in Rockport.
Yeah, it's Rockport. There's not much else to do here. One thing I will tell you about Goose Island State Park, right over here, for this, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. There's a gray car over here somewhere. It's hard to see it when I'm doing this with the phone. That is called Stinky Beach. And there's the seaweed and different types of grasses that wash up on the shore and it dries out. The birds love it, but it's called rack and it leaves a nasty smell. And the sign over there actually says, "Welcome to Goose Island Stinky Beach. If you don't smell this disgusting odor, we think you'll be back to visit the park again." But I'm assuming they're saying that if you do smell it, you might be hesitating. It's nasty. It is just disgusting smelling all over here.
It's only in the winter though.
But it's only in the winter, and it is beautiful. The state park is beautiful. Being out here on the bay is beautiful. Seeing all the birds is beautiful. But getting past the aroma is a little tough. Those are spoonbills, and they're pink. Pretty cool. These are definitely whooping cranes, but you're not gonna be able to really see them on video. There's a feeder out there that is probably 5 feet to the bottom of it, and when they stand up they almost touch the bottom of that. But yeah, not going to be easy to see. When I'm zoomed in this far, I'm jerking the camera all over the place. Okay, we're just down the road from the campground at a place, it's called the Habitat. So they have a feeder out here, and we're not birders by any means, guys, but the whooping crane, the significance of them is they were on the endangered species list. I don't know if they're still on the endangered species list. Do you know that? I don't know if they're still on the endangered species list, but in the 1940s, there was only 21 of these birds left and 2 in captivity. So 23 total in 1941. And then around 2003, they figured there was 143 pairs. I think that's what it was. And then a few in captivity. But they've come back a little bit from the brink of extinction. And that's why they're really important. Very cool bird. Full grown, about a 7.5 foot wingspan. So we would really like to see these things fly, but don't know if we're going to see that this morning, but extremely cool to see something like this.
How big they get?
And I think they get about 5 feet tall. So just an amazing bird. This is where we're parked out here on the end of the Goose Island State Park. You can see where the last site at the end here, and they're set up a little bit different, a little bit weird. Like this site here, 43, is literally from their coach over to this side of our coach. So this barbecue pit belongs to them. So it's a little bit strange. Normally you would back into here and then this would be yours, but not in this park. You can back in if you want, but your space is on this side. You can see the water's over here and stuff, and then this is our little shelter with a picnic table, which is nice. You've got your barbecue pit, and then we've got all of this area over here is our site. So pretty cool. And then we've got this great view of the fishing trawlers out there. It's about a dozen or so this morning. But this is our last day. We're gonna be packing it up and heading out. And we got to see whooping cranes, which was cool. What did you think of this, Ozzy? Did you like this spot, huh? Did you like this, Ozzy? Did you? No? He said the smell smells too bad. And We are exiting Goose Island State Park, heading northeast, kind of sort of towards Houston, but we are going to first make a stop around Port Lavaca. What was the name of that place?
Magnolia Beach.
Magnolia Beach, Indianola, somewhere around in there, and probably just boondock there for the night if we can find a spot. If not, we'll do some kind of state beach or something. But Goose Island was pretty cool. Got to see our whooping cranes. Whoop whoop. And got to see the spoonbill, which was kind of cool, the super pink birds. And it was an extremely smelly park, but I guess that's part of the experience. It was that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Especially after I read the sign Stinky Beach.
I was gonna say, you didn't notice until you read the sign.
Because I think the wind was blowing in the right direction when we first got there and we didn't notice it. But it was still really cool, and I would come back there again in a heartbeat, especially if we could get that same site, which obviously wouldn't be easy, but very, very cool. Yep, tree right in the middle of the road. Gotta love that.
That's your roundabout.
The roundabout. I wonder how many people tag that thing. Thank God I was paying attention.
Yes, I know you were paying attention.
What a
You were pressing
asshole on a curve. Holy dude. And I was looking at that road. I was like, oh, Ostwell, we need to go down that road. Oh, you're kidding me. Nice move. Yes. This is Farm to Market Road 2541. Yep. Heading down towards Magnolia Beach. This kind of reminds me of some of the back roads back home in Ontario, Canada. The farms and stuff. This is Magnolia Beach. I don't expect too much out of here, but hopefully there will be some cool overnight beach spot or something that we can find close to here or Indianola. One thing's for sure, we're gonna make a right here. Again, not so much what I would consider a road as a path.
Oh, so see where the RV is? I think there's where they say we can window.
That would be very cool. If we can stay over here on this left overnight, that would be awesome. Oh, what to make of this area here? Drove through some. There's some really nice homes, and then there's some really trashed homes. I mean, I guess that's almost everywhere, but some roadside campsites or picnic areas, I guess.
Very colorful.
And now we're rolling into what looks like the very colorful little town of Indianola. And we are at the end of the road. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this turnaround. Yeah, we should be able to. So at one point in time, this little town of Indianola was second in port cities only to Galveston. It used to be a huge port. Now this particular marker shows that it was the site of the town of Indianola from 1844 to 1886. And it was first called by German immigrants Carlshaven, an important port of Texas. And it said cargoes of ships were hauled to and from points in Texas and Mexico by carts until 1860, when the San Antonio and Mexican Gulf Railroad and the Indianola Railroad were completed to Victoria. So then it kind of killed the town. Now, it says the town was destroyed with great loss of life by a hurricane in September 17th of 1875, and then rebuilt and completely destroyed by another hurricane in August 20th, 1886. Hurricanes have not been good to Indianola. And this marker here talks about the Chihuahua Road. And the Chihuahua Road we saw on another sign when we were in that little town over in Texas, the Alsace French town, Castroville. So Castroville had a sign about the Chihuahua Road as well. So the road went from here all the way over through San Antonio, Castroville, and out through Marfa and Alpine, and then over into Mexico. So it was a major trade route right from this little tiny town here over into Mexico. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, so if you've been watching the last little bit of video from Texas, you saw that we went to Austin. And while we were in Austin, we went to a museum that had a ship that sailed with Robert LaSalle, and it was called La Belle. We are now in Matagorda Bay and Indianola, Magnolia Beach area, and this is where his ship was found, was in Matagorda Bay. He was actually looking for the mouth of the Mississippi River at the time, but hey, give the guy a break, they didn't have Google Maps. This is a monument to Robert LaSalle. Guy had a lot of names. Rene Robert Cavalier Sieur de LaSalle. Pretty cool. Okay, this part of the story is actually really pretty cool and pretty important. So LaSalle, it says he was a gentleman but not a courtier, a proud independent yet timid nature, an explorer of bold vision and untiring energy. LaSalle's colony on Matagorda Bay gave the United States its first claim to Texas as a part of the Louisiana Purchase. America owes him an enduring memory, for in this masculine figure she sees the pioneer who guided her to the possession of her richest heritage, Francis Parkman. Robert LaSalle, ladies and gentlemen. Really cool part of history, and it was kind of neat that we got to see the piece of that ship while we were there in Austin. All right, we are here at Magnolia Beach. You guys got to check this out. This is a free overnight spot. So this is absolutely free camping. There's no limit. It's crazy. It's Magnolia Beach. They said that around March, once spring break happens, that it'll get really busy here. But right now you can see that, you know, there's quite a bit of space here, and you're right on Matagorda Bay. Pretty cool find. So time for me to get back in here and get to work. If you haven't been here before, it'd be awesome if you subscribe to the channel, stay up to date on everything we're doing. You may find some place that you haven't been before that you'd like to maybe see sometime here in the future. And it would be great if you'd like the video. We'll see you again in another one very, very soon. Take care.